Pouncy House. We pounce and then we bounce. Hey guys, Pouncy here. Get your ears ready to rumble. Pouncy House. We pounce and then we bounce.
Okay, so I'm just leaving. That's smart. Okay? You guys see that? And I didn't videotape it inside because I haven't gotten a lipstick camera yet. You need to get a lipstick camera in order to be able to catch people, because if you just have your camera on, you can kind of have it on and then, you know, maybe they won't even notice. But this is a situation. I'm returning diapers that didn't work, was malfunctioned. And the girl was kind of helpful when it came to that. And then she was like, well, grab another one. So I go grab another one, come back. And she's like, well, you know what? I kind of think this is the way these are made. And it's maybe not a defect. It just, and I was like, you know what? I've had them before and it just doesn't stick. So it doesn't stay on his body, the Velcro or whatever. So she goes and I'm returning them. She goes to return. It's $19.99 and I see $18.99. I said, I thought they were $19.99. She goes, yeah, but you don't have your receipt. I'm like, did you ask for my receipt? She goes, well, there was a receipt in the bag. Now I go in there all the time for Wilbur. So I'm like, yeah, but that wasn't the receipt. I just grabbed the bag from underneath my sink. I said, did you ask me for the receipt? And she says, no. And I said, oh, well, the last time you guys set up an email account and sent it to my email. So she rolls her eyes. Why are you rolling your eyes? I'm not even being mean to someone. Not even that I'm mean, but not even being direct or straightforward, just soft-toned. Doesn't matter how you are, you can deal with attitude. So I looked at her and said, why wouldn't you just ask me for the receipt? And then I would gladly give it to you. I'd have to look it up on my email. I said, you give someone the option of sending it to their email or giving it to them in their hands, printed. So she says, oh, yeah, well, all right. She was like, you know what? I'm just going to get a manager. So she gets the manager. The manager comes over and she just walks away. Like she doesn't want to help me. Not the manager, but and I explained this to the manager. I was like, what's going on here? Like it usually, like in Trader Joe's, the manager will come over and correct it and open the register or whatever. No, here what it is they just throw it into the manager's plate. Like, I don't want to deal with her because she's asking too many questions and making me have to work harder. I'm embarrassed because I don't know how to do my job. So therefore, I'll drop it and give it to someone else. This is what people do. She also had an attitude. So when the manager, I turned around and said, why are you having an attitude? And she says to the other girl, like, oh, well, you know, we just had a hard weekend here. I'm going to do many, many subjects on this, customer service. I walk in here with a good state of mind, made my boo breakfast this morning. He's sleeping while I'm running some errands. I don't have a lot of time while he's sleeping. And this is what you deal with. You deal with ignorant, inconsiderate employees that do not think that they are working for a corporation. They think that they're working for themselves, or they can treat you like they treat their neighbor or their friends. There has to be a separation. And I can tell you that she says, we had a bad weekend. What's that got to do with me? I'm coming in as a customer. I'm just asking you to ask me for my receipt so I can show it to you. So therefore you can check me out and give me $19.99 rather than $18.99. It's not about the dollar. It's about how they don't care. It's almost like she didn't even give me the option to ask me. Just jump to conclusions like, oh, well, that's the price that they're at because you don't have your receipt. Did you even ask me for my receipt? Isn't that like a protocol? No, people don't like when you call them on their shit, even if you do it in a nice way. So what I realized, doesn't matter if you're nice, doesn't mean if you're sassy. It doesn't matter how it is, frustrated customer. Even if you're the nicest person in the world, they still have an attitude because they're like huffy because they have to do their job. So this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to start cameraing these types of people. I have to walk in with the assumption that things are going to go bad instead of them going good. That's sad, because every time I walk in and I'm in a good state and I'm thinking all I'm going to do is return the diapers and pick up a couple snacks for Boo, there's no way something's going to go bad. And that's exactly what happens. 9 times out of 10. I'd like to say 10 times out of 10, but I'm giving it 9.5 out of 10. I'm letting you know that it is an epidemic with attitude and frustration, and employees just think they can just do whatever they want. These are with these big corporations. So this is what I say. The only way to fix this is I usually have pretty good solutions to things. And this is what I believe. If everyone out there that deals with customer service people like this were to turn their phone on, and I don't care if you don't get them exactly on camera, because what I think is, for now on, until I get a lipstick camera, because I've been so busy I haven't had a chance, put the camera on, and even if it gets glimpses of their face, doesn't matter. You got their voice, and then when you walk out, you get PetSmart on there. You say, you just walked out of PetSmart, or I just walked out of whatever place it is, Kmart, wherever you shop. And we put this online. And you can tag it to Pouncy House if you want. And I will make sure that when I start to build an audience of people, that, believe it or not, when you tag it, PetSmart, when people start to Google online and look for PetSmart, they'll find the video of PetSmart and they'll be like, whoa, what's this? Whoa, what's this? And they'll see 10 to 15 videos of people complaining with live presentations of how they were treated. Not a hearsay, not, well, we don't know if it happened that way, because if you called corporate, that's what they'd say. They'd actually listen to the way you're being treated, and you're like, what are you talking about? Why are you treating me this way? Why are you treating me like I'm your girlfriend or your neighbor? Or, just because you had a bad weekend doesn't mean you come in here. You have to leave your problems in the car. They need to train their employees effectively. So how I'm looking at this is like this. If people were to take more action, and it only takes a couple seconds to hit click on the side of your phone if you want to set your phone up to make sure the camera goes on, and you start to, as you're talking to them, you can see it start to go sour. And when it starts to go sour, you start to say, I'm sorry, can you repeat? I didn't hear what you said. And then they'll be like, well, I said that you didn't have your receipt. Believe me, the attitude is going to continue. And then especially when you say to them, hey, listen, I'd appreciate it if you would actually just ask me, or whatever it is that you say to them in a very direct but honest way. Truth hurts. These people don't want to hear the truth. Anyway, I don't want to keep going on and on, because right now I left my home very happy. I'm always in a good disposition, and then I'm frustrated when I leave here. And this needs to stop, this type of shit. And people say, oh, let it roll off. It's almost like an epidemic, because everywhere you go, you're dealing with attitude. And I don't have friends to treat me this way, okay? And believe me, family, those people are, disposed of as well, because I don't really associate with a lot of people in my family based on some attitude. There's some of my family members are cool, but I'm just letting you know that I steer clear of people who are negative. And the last thing I want to do is go out and just la-di-da, returning something or going to get something to eat, and you're dealing with somebody's attitude. It's like, no, they need to realize that they're representing a corporation. You're representing whoever you're under the umbrella under, whoever's paying you. You need to realize that you're representing Baja Fresh. You're representing, Chipotle. I'm trying to think of places that I go to. You're representing, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, PetSmart, Petco, Bank of America, wherever you bank. I just went through a problem the other day with somebody at Bank of America, and it's shocking. And when I went to the ATM, guess what they said to me? The guy at the ATM, he goes, that's exactly why I don't go inside. He goes, I'd rather deal with this machine than deal with the atrocity, the energy of people that have, like, they're doing you a favor. They'll let you, in B of A, they let me stand in line. And I'm like, there's nobody here. Why am I in line? So I ask, because you speak up, right? I said, hey, could somebody help me, please? Okay, come on over here. You're like, isn't this the bank? Or am I knocking on someone's home, on their door? You get an attitude. You get an attitude from every single one of them. When you complain to the manager, they're like, it's constant. And the only way to resolve this is, again, I will say this in closing, is you get them on video, you upload it or you can send it to Pouncy House, whichever you like to do. And I'm going to, you can look at the link below and you'll see the Pouncy House email address if you want to send it to me, or I have to figure out how you can send me a link. You can send me a link just off your YouTube to my YouTube. I guess I could upload it somehow with my editor guy. But what I'm trying to say in essence is we need to start doing something about this. I'm very passionate about it because you, me, everyone out there, we don't deserve to be in the energy space of people who just don't want to do their jobs. I will say this. This is like the movie Crash. One thing leads to another. So you have a frustrating time and then you go home and you might talk to your husband, your wife, your kids. I don't care who it is, your mom, your dad. And all of a sudden you start to be boyfriend, girlfriend, you start to be, upset at them. And they're like, whoa, what happened to you? This is because somebody else has exchanged this negative energy with you. So I will tell you this. And I'm going to do more subjects on this, but I can tell you this in closing. If you get your camera out, because that's what I'm going to start doing, and you videotape them, and then you put the video online, and then you tag it, PetSmart, B of A, Wells Fargo, whoever it might be, whatever company it is, that corporation is going to see it sooner or later. And then they're going to have to put in stringent corporate rules for their employees that this is a no-no. If you are caught on tape doing this, and this to a customer, causing the customer to go from PetSmart to Petco and say, forget this, I'm going to go somewhere else, or I'll buy from Chewy.com. I'm not going to deal with your attitude. They start to lose business because they start to see too many videos online. Guess what? They start to change their system. There's no more managers taking, oh, well, we don't have this problem from her or him. We always have, you know how it works. There's no customer service anymore. You want to get the customer service back? I tell you 102%, if we do this, it would change the way things are done here. It would make people have to force them to do their jobs and make them realize that, hey, listen, not asking for much, just asking you to be polite, be nice, and if there's a problem, that you effectively handle it. And if you don't know how to effectively handle it, when I ask you, oh, you didn't ask me for my receipt, you say, oh, I'm so sorry, let's take care of that. Instead of, oh, well, it's only $1. This is the attitude you get. You're like, you get the point of what I'm saying. So this frustrates me. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that get frustrated daily on this type of behavior. And I'm telling you, it is about time that we start to do something about it and change it. And the only way to change it is to get them live on camera so there's proof for everyone to see. And then when their corporations start to see it, they're going to implement a structure. So there is a structure that you must, as a manager, educate your employees to never treat customers like this, and to always have the utmost respect, and not to act like you are their friend or you are their neighbor or whatever it might be, and you're hanging out at home. You are representing a company and you need to handle yourself as so. So Pouncy out. I hope that this made I help somebody out there, because honestly, this really bothers me. I need to get back to my boo because he's sleeping, and I need to, I didn't even have time to do this video right now, but I decided to do it in the moment because I just feel like this is the best time to do stuff, is in the moment, because it really comes across in a very passionate way, in which this subject I'm very passionate about, because we all work hard for our money. And we deserve to be treated in a certain way. It's not like you're expecting people to jump through hoops, but you're at least expecting common courtesy and to be waited on in appropriately time frame. Not like I'm going to sit back and file my nails while I'm like, whatever. I don't know who's going to wait on her. Here's somebody we have to work. And while I'm at work, I don't know why I have to work. It's a joke. Anyway, Pouncy out. Let's do something about this, guys.
Pouncy House. We pounce and then we bounce.
Coming soon to a city near you.